Happy Friday, scholars. So excited to share some announcements with you today and then kick you off on your very first piece of virtual spiral review that you can get started on today. So it is going to be another kind of short video. Please listen carefully to all of these announcements. So yesterday we did have our first virtual assessment. Really excited to see how well so many scholars did. We still have a few scholars finishing up the test, so I'm not going to share your individual scores yet. I know some scholars were asking. You will get those next week, but I do want to share class color wheels and take a look at that. They're looking pretty good. Additionally, we're going to be inviting scholars to come to office hours today and Monday and Tuesday to just show us how you were solving some of these problems. So look for your name on an invite in your class stream for that office hours invitation. So let's start with our color wheels. So Hadley, UNC, and SCU, this is your color wheel, a very nice looking color wheel. Lots of scholars in the dark green, looking really good. Nice work on multiplying and dividing decimals. Maryvale, a beautiful looking color wheel as well. So just huge shout out to all the success on this assessment, to all those scholars who were working just incredibly hard to do their best work. Really excited to continue on with our next unit and excited to share your individual scores with you next week. What I'm really excited about is this next list. This is a list of scholars in UNC, SCU, and Duke who, as of today, have completed every single math assignment that has been assigned to you since we started virtual learning. This is a huge accomplishment. This means that today you can go into the weekend thinking, phew, I am done with all of my math work. I'm excited for what we are working on next week, but nothing I need to worry about over the weekend. So I do want to shout out all these scholars. I'm going to read them pretty fast. Listen for your name. In UNC, we have Andrew, Nye, Anna Lee, Ajane, Chris G, Emmanuel, Dillery, Jasmine, Jaden, Kamaya, Latasia, Lyric, Miguel Angel, and 10B. UNC, that is almost all of us. If you are a UNC scholar and you did not hear your name, you do have a few missing assignments. Go back to your Google page, see what those are, get them made up. But I did give an additional Vista Virtual Point bonus to all of these scholars today for having every assignment completed. This is excellent news. You are going into your weekend knowing you are done with all of your Unit 7 work and excited for our next unit on Monday. From SCU, the longest list of all, we have Amal, Adam, and Naira, Aiden, Alejandra, Amelia, Corday, Danya, Giovanna, Jakaira, Joel, Michelle, Nevea, Ricardo, and Zach. Phew, SCU, that is almost all of you. If you're the one or two scholars in SCU not on that list, this would be a great time today to find those missing assignments, get them completed, so you are done. Remember, work that is not getting completed right now during this virtual learning time will just get completed next year in 6th grade instead of your club time. So this is a great time to get it completed. Huge, huge shout out to all those SCU scholars. And finally from Duke, a really nice long list as well. We have Alberto, Camila, Christopher C, Christopher R, DMA, Edwin, Julian, Larry, Madeline, Monica, Tatiana, Yasmin, and Yulity. Nice work, Duke. That is most of you as well. There's only a handful of scholars not on this list. If you did not hear your name, bummer, but now is the time to get that work made up. Huge shout out again to all of these scholars. I did add some additional Vista virtual points. Excited to share this with you in just 1 second. All right, it is Friday, so excited to see everybody at High Five Friday today. Today we are still earning points because you have until the end of the day to be either the top student earner, one of the top 5 student earners, one of the top 10 student earners, or one of the top 20 student earners, and continue earning those raffle tickets. The winners will be announced on Monday, so that means that you're getting points today for completing assignments, you're getting points today for coming to office hours. So hope to see you there at 3:15, earn a few extra points. Let's take a look at who is in the lead. Remember, we have prizes for not only the first place winner, but if you're in the top 5, if you're in the top 10, if you're in the top 20, and then everybody who has a point earns 1 raffle ticket, 1 ticket for every single point. And then we'll be doing the drawing on Monday to see who wins that pizza delivery. I'm really excited to see who that is. So a quick score update. starting with our Hadley campus, Emmanuel in first place again, but Anira coming in so close behind. Naira, you could make up this gap, maybe showing up to office hours today, completing those assignments, coming to High Five Friday. Manuel, you better hang on to that lead. All right, take a look. Remember that for every point you have, that's a raffle ticket. So looking at Jaden, he's going to be getting 26 raffle tickets to put into the raffle to draw one out to win that pizza lunch. Cannot wait to see who that is. We see our top 5 scholars right now who will be earning that assignment pass. Our top 10 scholars, there's prizes for you as well. See if you can find your name as we go down the list. We know there's prizes for our top 20 scholars. So if you're close, this would be a great day to make sure you're earning those additional points. So many points here at Hadley, looking great. If you are down here in the bottom, this would be a great time to step it up, getting those assignments turned in, making sure you are showing academic excellence, come to a virtual lunch, all those things to earn those points. You can earn them all the way up through the end of the day, and we'll be announcing the winners on Friday. All right, quick look at Maryvale. Madeline still in a strong lead. Take a look. I can see our top 5 point earners right here. There's prizes for you. Our top 10 point earners right here. Prizes for you as well. Remember, it's 1 raffle ticket for every point you have, and it's not too late to continue earning points today. If you are down here in this sad bottom with 0 or 1 or just 4 points, step it up. Time to start getting those assignments turned in, coming to some office hours, showing some academic excellence, get those minutes completed on Lexia so you can move on up. But really nice work. All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about is your next assignment that is a little bit different. So make sure you're listening really carefully to these directions. You will see in your Google Classroom an assignment called Spiral Review 1, April 17th through 24th. Today is April 17th. April 24th is next Friday. That means you have 1 entire week to complete Spiral Review 1. This is in addition to our regular lessons we'll be doing starting next week. So starting on Monday, we're starting our next unit. It will be a video, work to do with the video, and then an independent practice due every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just like we have been doing. And then additionally, you need to complete your spiral review at your own pace. Now, the good news, maybe for some of you, is there's no video other than today's video just telling you what to do. There's no video you have to watch. These are just skills we have learned throughout the course of the year that you get a chance to practice. So today you'll click on your assignment. You'll read through the directions telling you, welcome to your very first virtual spiral review. You are already watching this video to know what to do. You will need to sign into your Google account. So just like your test yesterday, this is on Illuminate. You will need your student ID to log in. I was so impressed with how many scholars watched the video and knew exactly where to find your student ID. I might recommend you write it down if you haven't memorized it, because you'll be using it a lot. If you don't remember how to find your student ID, go back to yesterday's video and rewatch that, and it gives you those directions. Now, this assignment is due Friday, April 24th. It's 21 questions, and we'll take a look in just 1 second to see what that looks like. I would recommend doing a few problems at a time. You have 7 days to complete it. So if you did even just 3 problems a day, or if you don't want to work on the weekends, if you do more like 5 problems each day, 4 or 5 problems each day, you'll have plenty of time to finish. Now, if you start it today and you're feeling so jazzed and you don't have another math assignment and you're thinking, man, I'm on a roll, and you want to keep working, that's great. You can really go at your own pace. It is due for a grade by next Friday, April 24th. As you are working, if you have questions, we're always available at office hours between 3:15 and 4:15 every day, Monday through Friday. Today's just a regular office hour time. So click on this Zoom link to come join us in office hours. Not only do you earn those Vista Virtual points, it's a great way to get your math questions answered as well. So let's take a look at what this actually looks like. Today, you will be clicking on your Google account. It will take you to Illuminate just like yesterday. You'll log in with that student ID. And once you start, you will begin the spiral review. As I mentioned, it is 21 questions. It's different skills. It's things we've learned throughout the year. Now, a quick note on how to stay organized with your spiral review. Please find a piece of scrap paper or a notebook. I've seen some scholars using even their homework binders. I would recommend labeling it if you want to do this right now on some paper. Spiral review, April 17th through 24th, because you may not finish the whole thing in one sitting. You may decide to do 8 problems, and then the next day you want to come back and keep working. You'll already have your notes set up and ready to go. This will be the format you'll be using to take notes in middle school next year as well, so it's great practice. So I'm going to set up my notes with spiral review for April 17th through 24th. This will also help me if I want to come to office hours. Maybe I get really stuck in question 3. I can have my work here. I can bring it to my office hours and say, Miss Alperin, Mrs. Dunn, can you please help me with this one question? I got a little bit stuck. So let's actually take a look at question number 1. Now, as I read through this question, this is a question where I can actually solve this without doing a ton of work on my scrap paper. Because as I look at my choices, I don't actually need to divide 540 divided by 12 to get to my answer, because I know the relationship between division and multiplication. For example, I know that if I'm dividing a whole number by another whole number, I can even estimate this. I know that this will be smaller than 540. So it's like if I had 540 cookies and I was sharing them with 12 scholars, everybody would get less than 540 cookies. So there's some choices I can immediately eliminate because I know that a number smaller than 540 wouldn't make sense. So this one I may be able to solve without actually doing any work on my scrap paper, and that's great. When I'm done solving, I would go ahead to question number 2. Question number 2, this is clearly one I'm going to need to do some work. Luckily, we're great at division. We're great at the big 7. And so I'm just going to go right over to my scrap paper. I'm going to note that this is question number 2. And I'm just going to write it down. I'm going to go ahead and set it up as the big 7. Multiply it out. When I get to my final answer, I would just input it right here. I would then have my answer on my scrap paper. I would input it right into question number 2, just like we always do when we're taking when we're doing assignments on the computer. I know everybody knows this, but just as a reminder, none of this work is to be done with a calculator. Not a calculator on your phone, not a calculator on the computer. Of course, we aren't using calculators. We don't use them in class. You won't be using them next year in 6th grade math. There's absolutely no reason anyone should be using a calculator. That would just be cheating, and I know that nobody here would do that. So I probably don't even need to say that, but just to make sure everyone's on the same page, of course you're not doing this work with a calculator. All right, when I'm done with number 2, I would keep going to question number 3. Oh, multiple choice. Again, I'm going to need to write this on my scrap paper. So I'd go over to my scrap paper, set it up, solve it, find my answer. Maybe I'd move on to question number 4. Here, I don't need to write it on my scrap paper because it's just asking me the relationship between multiplication and division. Let's say I finish solving question number 4 and I think, oh, man, I've worked pretty hard today. I think I'm done for today. That's great. All you need to do is log out. Don't click review and finish your test until you're done with the whole thing. So if it's Friday today and you do problems 1 through 4 and you think, well, man, I'm really tired, I need to take a break, that's totally fine. All you need to do is close out of the work that you were doing. And then when you want to go back in, let's say tomorrow morning, you wake up nice and early, the rest of your family is still sleeping, and you think, I'm going to go ahead and work on my spiral review. You would just go right back to your spiral review, click on the same link, and pick up where you left off. Do not click the finish button until you're done with all 21 questions and you're ready to submit. And as a reminder, that is due next Friday by 10 p.m. as usual. Of course, we will be awarding Vista Virtual points for great work on your Spiral Review, scholars who are going above and beyond, showing core values on their Spiral Review, whether you're coming to office hours to ask questions. Take your time, but if you have some extra time today, this would be a great time to go ahead and get a lot of that work completed because you don't have another math assignment. Starting on Monday, you will have an additional math assignment that you are responsible for. As always, if you have any questions, send me a message or come to office hours today. Do look for an invite with your name to come to office hours today. For just some scholars, we just want to chat a little bit about your assessment from yesterday. Just some like really incredible work we want to recognize. So excited to see some of you there. Really excited to see you at High Five Friday, and keep earning those Vista Virtual points. I cannot wait to see who wins this very first week. All right, happy solving. I'm looking forward to our brand new unit on Monday. Have a great weekend.